I don't get out of Mississauga much, so when I do, I make it count even if that just means standing in a crowd of tourists melting under the August sun. This morning I had some business near Niagara Falls, so I figured why not bring you all along? Let me show you what this place looks like in August, when the sun is relentless and the crowds are thick. It's one of those rare days I actually escaped Mississauga, so yeah, this is kind of a big deal for me. The heat today is absolutely brutal. Walking down Clifton Hill, you can't miss the souvenir shops lining both sides of the street. They're all selling the same stuff: keychains with maple leaves, t-shirts that say, "I survived Niagara Falls," snow globes that'll break before you get them home. Inside, there are claw machines where you can try your luck grabbing a stuffed animal that's probably worth $2 but costs you $20 to win. And then there are the haunted houses with their flashing neon signs, trying to lure you in with promises of jump scares and fake blood. Honestly, that stuff's for kids. Then I see it. The ice cream stand. $12 for one cone? Yeah, no thanks. I'm already trying to save money, so I just keep walking. But here's the thing, even with the overpriced stuff, the tacky tourist traps, and the crowds that make you feel like a sardine in a very hot, very sweaty can, there's something about being here that I actually like. Maybe it's the parks, the trees, the way everything feels a little greener, a little more open. There's space to breathe here, and I didn't realize how much I missed that. Living in Mississauga, you forget what it's like to not feel like you're burning alive in a concrete oven. There it is, the falls. Massive, relentless, the kind of thing that makes you feel small in a way that's almost comforting. The Canadian side really does have the best view. I'm not being biased, it's just true. You get the full horseshoe, the full drama. The American side is fine, sure, but from here, you see everything. The way the water curves, the way it crashes, the way the mist rises up like the earth is exhaling. It's beautiful, it's loud, it's wet, and it makes you think about things. Like, for example, did you know people have actually tried to swim across this? Not recently, I hope, but yeah. There was this guy, years ago, who thought it would be a good idea to take on Niagara Falls like it was some kind of extreme sport. I don't remember all the details, but I think he either made it and became a legend, or he didn't and became a cautionary tale. Either way, what kind of person looks at this and thinks, yeah, I can handle that. I can barely swim in a pool without panicking. I once almost drowned in the shallow end because I forgot how to float. And this guy thought Niagara Falls was a reasonable challenge. That's not bravery, that's something else entirely. Maybe confidence, maybe delusion, probably both. I'm still staring at the water, trying to imagine what that must have been like. When my roommate calls me over, she's pointing at the falls from a slightly different angle. Same falls, same water, same noise. I look at her, she looks at me, and I realize, for her, this is just another Tuesday. She lives near here. She's seen this 100 times. But for me, this is a pilgrimage. This is the one time this year I've left Mississauga for something that isn't work or errands or sitting in traffic. This is my spiritual retreat, my Mecca, my proof that there's more to Ontario than my tiny apartment and the parking lot outside. So yeah, I'm gonna stand here and stare at this waterfall like it's the most profound thing I've ever seen. Because right now, it kind of is. On the way out, we passed the zip line to the falls. You know the one. It's that ride where they strap you in and send you flying over the gorge right above the water, like some kind of human kite. It looks incredible. It looks terrifying, and I will never, ever do it. I am scared of heights. Not in a cute, oh, I get a little nervous way. In a full body, sweaty palms, please get me down way. I can't even stand on a ladder without feeling like I'm about to die. So no, I will not be ziplining over Niagara Falls, no matter how cool it looks. I value my life, I value my sanity, and I value not having a panic attack in front of a crowd of strangers. But hey, if you're into that kind of thing, respect. You're braver than I'll ever be. After leaving the falls, we got in the car and drove about 20 minutes to Street Catherine's. I had a mission, and that mission was chimney cake. There's this place called Budapest Bake Shop Port Dalhousie. If you've never had a Hungarian chimney cake, I'm not sure how to explain it without sounding dramatic, but I'll try. It's this spiral pastry, baked over an open flame, rolled in sugar and toppings, warm and crispy on the outside, soft and pillowy on the inside. It's the kind of thing you eat with your hands and don't care who's watching. They've got a bunch of flavors: cinnamon, sugar, Nutella, walnut, coconut. You name it, they probably have it. But me? I'm a simple man. I go for the jalapeno every single time. The price is super reasonable too. These run anywhere from $7 to $13 depending on size and toppings. Honestly, that's a steal. If you're ever in the area, go. It's a must. They also sell little souvenirs. I didn't buy any because I'm trying not to accumulate more stuff I don't need, but they're cute if you're into that. After we grabbed our chimney cakes, we walked next door to a cafe called 416. Small spot, very chill. The kind of place that feels like a local secret even though it's right there on the main street. I ordered something called the Salt Bae. Yes, like the meme. Yes, I was skeptical. But listen, this drink is something else. It's got this pink cream layer on top, sweet but not too sweet. And underneath is this smooth, mellow coffee. Not bitter, not harsh, just really, really good. And because it's called Salt Bae, there's a light sprinkle of sea salt mixed into the cream. Sounds weird, right? It's not. The salt balances out the sweetness perfectly. It's one of those drinks that just works. I've never tasted anything like it in Mississauga. If they opened a location there, I'd be broke within a month. No question. The drink costs $9, which, yeah, is more than I usually spend on coffee. But it was worth it. I sat there, sipping slowly, watching cars go by, feeling like I had all the time in the world. Which, of course, I didn't. But for a moment, I let myself pretend. The area we were in, Port Dalhousie, is not a place I'd normally hang out. It's one of those neighborhoods that screams money. Big houses, manicured lawns. The kind of quiet that only exists when people don't have to worry about rent. Everyone around us was white, and I mean everyone. I'm pretty sure I was the only Asian person in a 3-block radius. It felt a little surreal, honestly, but also kind of peaceful. There's a boardwalk nearby that overlooks the lake. Just a few steps and you're staring out at this huge, endless stretch of water. It's beautiful. It made me forget, for a little while, about the grind. About Mississauga. About the fact that my life is basically a loop of work, sleep, and trying not to run out of money. I could have stayed there all day, just sipping coffee and pretending I didn't have a life to get back to. But reality doesn't pause, even on nice days. I decided to walk around a bit. There wasn't much to do, really, but it felt good just to move. Port Dalhousie is one of those places where you don't need a plan. You just wander and let the scenery do the talking. The streets are wide and clean, the kind of clean that comes from money, not effort. Houses sit back from the road, quiet and confident. There are no apartments here, no packed driveways, no laundry hanging on balconies, just space, lots of it. There were a couple of people walking dogs. A jogger passed by, headphones in, completely in their own world. No one was in a hurry. No one looked stressed. It was the kind of peace I forgot existed. I walked down toward the water, and within a few minutes, I was standing at the edge of the lake. It stretches out forever, flat and blue and impossibly calm. I stood there for a while, just staring out at the water. The wind was light, barely there, but enough to cool me down after the heat of the morning. And for a second, I let myself imagine what it would be like to live near a place like this, to wake up and walk to the lake whenever I felt like it, to not have to budget my time like I budget my groceries. But that's the thing about moments like this. They're nice, they're beautiful, even, but they're not mine. Not really. They're borrowed. A few hours of pretending I'm someone else, somewhere else. And then I have to go back to Mississauga, back to the tiny apartment, back to the grind. Because that's the reality. I don't get to live by the lake. I don't get to sip $9 lattes every morning and take my time. I get to visit. And then I get to leave. And honestly, that's the hardest part. Not the work, not the bills. It's knowing what's out there and knowing I'm not there yet. Maybe one day, but not today. The walk back to the car was quiet. My friend didn't say much. I didn't either. We were both in that post-outing haze where you're too relaxed to talk but too aware of the clock to fully enjoy it. I checked my phone, a couple of messages, a reminder about something I needed to do tomorrow, real life, creeping back in. I thought about staying longer, maybe grabbing another coffee, maybe walking around a bit more. But I didn't. Because here's the thing, when you don't have money, time becomes the most expensive thing you own. Every hour I spend out here is an hour I'm not working, not preparing, not getting ahead. And I can't afford that. Not right now. Thanks for coming along. If you ever make it out to Niagara Falls in August, now you know what to expect. Crowds, overpriced ice cream, and a whole lot of beauty in between. See you next time.